a UK hotline for accountability contemporary bondage dealt in cases comprising 5,000 capacity victims in its at first year. The Victoria Derby program has scientific. Sara, who afraid for her lifetime, treated up to 20 days as a janitor in a UK school, out of nobody noticing. He's 9 o'clock, and Sara is mopping the lobby of the school wherever she planned, as students come for their date. She looks at them wistfully, willing she might one day be capable to include and formation love them, or carry pleasant clothing and do up love they do. But it seems a remote fact. She has already been at job for several hours, and her day may not complete before 23 o'clock, out of a breakdown. And she won't see a solitary penny for her labor. The essence Sara is a sacrifice of contemporary bondage. Each day she planned incomplete type of teaching staff, students and some personnel members, but not one knows her distress. They refugee done the connect. And Sara's not departure to say whatever. She has been said her family, whom she hasn't seen with she was frequented of her household nation, will be annihilated if she does. As a mom, how could I always pardon myself, if I saw my family annihilated, she thinks, sense captured. It is hard to see a way of. The is how Sara recalls her period as a slavery, that ended fair a few years back. We are not with her actual behalf as her drug traffickers are yet at big, perhaps in the UK. Sara was at first captive elderly 16 by her man, whom she had marital days over, and was constrained to job both of in her household nation and the UK. She was a slavery for more than rather than 20 year. Her feet had be swell and murderous, she had advanced joint inflammation of year of difficult labor, and she was always weary and suppressed. On the story of the common cold, blank warehouse wherever she remaining every overnight in several other, men and female, she was incapable to sleeping since of the nightmares. Yet, afraid the die of her family, she put up in the facility, and solved to run just while she thick felt she had no some stock option. At how phase she had be incapable to go, her legs dark in bruises following declining above at job, and also, in impact, been leftward to die by her drug traffickers. But in the assist of a boyfriend she was capable to flee. She contacted the household office space and was once excited to a secure building in the aid of the rescue troop or, initially, Dark Nation Females Assistance. It was the begin of a new lifetime, though down there were yet lot hurdles to surmount. Sara, clearly, was unwilling to keep the secure building, frightened the drug traffickers would once discover her. I wouldn't go external for 3 days. I was too frightened, she says. Yet later who told they would go in me, so I solved to go. Later I did it once again, and once again. And following year of creature in a eternal country of terror, she says she slow begun respiratory correctly once again. It was as well the at first period in the UK she could expend her own cash. Previous her man, who set up the job at the school, ever acquired her salary. This at first item I purchased were sanitation ear pads, Sara remembers. It was really specific, since up on my periods I had to use my clothing and they became really filthy. It was love Yuletide date, she jokes. Sara is a hot and fun man. She recalls observer Downton Abbey to assist her find out British, and says one of the at first speech she scientific was really. Sara is dividing her expertise to allocate contemporary bondage. Down there are at low 13,000 victims residing in Britain's towns and cities, it is alleged. Anne Recite, of the rescue troop, says Sara's history mightily demonstrates the terrible true how contemporary bondage is take location by our noses in each angle of the nation. This way sensitive human beings are operated for some human beings as profits are bounded just by the trader's imaginative. It is a mood share by the domestic criminality agent, that says the social will really frequently see capacity victims of contemporary day bondage, work at car washes, factories, fingernail stick, agriculture sites and fish resources amongst some places. Invisible, a mercy how rest a UK hotline for accountability contemporary bondage, said the Victoria Derby program it had 3,710 telephone call in its at first year, in cases comprising 4,886 capacity victims of 94 various countries. The Household Office Space told the UK was guideline the planet in our answer. In the Contemporary Bondage Act 2015 giver law coercion the powers they requirement to conduct offenders, earning the question out of the shadows and growing knowledge amongst police force, frontline workers and the general social. In spite all she has been via, Sara is established to do the largest of her liberty. But she is yet separate of her family, who are now grown up. Whenever she negotiations on them, she crying. While I'm not thought on which's happened, I sense complimentary. But once, I'm not complimentary. The terror is yet in my cardiac. I wish to go behind to my household nation and be in my family. But if I did, I would put us all in risk, she says. Her man is believed to be in her household nation. Several aspects of her lifetime, yet, include superior infinitely. Following year of observer human beings research, Sara has now obtained several qualifications herself, and is hoping to go to college. I wish to show human beings down there's ever expect, she says. Thou fair requirement one opportunity, and assist will discover thou.